Yeah, I actually haven't chatted with them since Tuesday, so I'm gonna email them probably tomorrow and ask how things went. But it's been gotten some decent feedback so far. So.
How did it come together, Megan?
I was just organically over the years. That's all.
Is it important to you?
I think it's just a good opportunity to be involved in the community. It's a brand that I like and I've supported before for a long time, and so that was nice. And then ultimately being able to be a part of something that I think has a positive impact on our community. That's all.
What's the key to for this team to weather this run with the injuries on defense right now?
Just working together. I think our group has had injuries already this year, and we managed to be okay. So it's going to take guys stepping up and accepting more responsibility and bigger roles, and working together. And it's ultimately a group effort.
How do you think your continuity with teammate helps when you may have to play for more higher volume minutes?
Yeah, I think it helps. We're all comfortable playing with each other. We work on that stuff during practice, mixing up players and whatnot. So the expectation is that there's not going to be any issues with guys playing their offsides or anything like that. So I think we'll be well prepared.
I know some of the personnel is different, Morgan, but can you guys take some of the experiences last year of having gone through something similar earlier on?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're always drawing on past experiences. We've had periods of time where we're missing D or we're missing goalies or forwards, and that happens to everybody. So you just got to manage it and work your way through it.
What's it like been playing more minutes this season? Your ice time is just up in general.
Yeah, it's been good. You always want more ice time. You always want more responsibility. So when that comes, you want to make the most of it, and you want to play well and help your team.
Have you ever had to wear extra face protection like Mitch is going to have to pick up? Can you imagine what that would be?
Yeah, it's tough. I think he was kind of playing around with some different stuff today, so we'll see what he does.
Well, our main focus is to win hockey games. Obviously, we want to play well and build our game and see progress in a lot of areas where I think since the beginning of the season, I think there's a lot going in the net for and against, and I think clearly things have been improving defensively. Obviously, offensively, we haven't been putting the puck in the net as much as we'd like to, especially with the type of ability that we have. But I have a lot of trust and belief that we'll continue to work through that and find ways to be better and how we can earn more opportunities, finish off chances, especially with the type of lineup that we have. So at the end of the day, winning's most important. We got to obviously get the results that we need and continue to work on the areas that we need to get better at. Our power play, we obviously expect more of ourselves and the level that we want to be at and the difference makers that we want to be. So continue to work at that, and it's a long season, but no doubt to have that urgency. To create offense, to carry play, generate momentum, and wear teams down, and earn putting the puck in the net.
Because regulation wins games.
Yes, they all matter, but yes, they do.
What's the focus of the power play?
I think we just want to try to up the urgency and just be really direct. Not try to overthink a whole lot. I think just kind of trust obviously our foundation and what our structure is, and just each other. Obviously, we've been together for a long time, our group, and just being really direct and getting to the net and earning second and third opportunities and wearing the penalty kill down, and eventually more and more clean looks will happen, and you get rewarded on second and third opportunities.
Have you ever had to wear extra face protection like this is going through right now, and how big of a challenge is that?
I wore it last year, either for 1 or 2 games. It was against Buffalo, the one for sure. I've worn it the odd time in the past, whether I've gotten hit in the face and stitches, or you got some substantial bruising, and just you kind of, especially when you're in battles where you're always kind of getting nicked or even bumping yourself. So it can be pretty sore and be distracting. But it's not ideal when you got to wear face protection. But I think you take it over of it being anything more major than that, and just something you have to adapt to.
Would you like Mitch's minor midget look today?
Pardon?
It's like a minor midget look.
Oh yeah, we liked his look today a lot better. Let's put it that way.
When you're so undermanned defensively, what's the biggest thing that you can focus on to help guys out that maybe play?
Yeah, I think just the team game that you have to play, and not trying to expect certain guys to replace, a Gio or what Rielly brings to the table, and just kind of let them be themselves. But our team game's really strong. That enhances everyone's game, and not trying to ask everyone to do too much. Which is always a focus. When you got a full lineup fully healthy, but when injuries happen, it obviously adds a little bit more of an emphasis on just how important the team game is, and slotting guys in, and you don't want to miss a beat. So on us, especially the veterans and leadership of the group, to set that standard and the way we need to play to help those guys feel comfortable and just be themselves, play their game.
League-wide scoring's up and save percentages are down. Do you have any theories about that?
I honestly haven't looked at it too much or thought about it. I think you just get very consumed in your own day-to-day a little bit. The league's really talented. Coaches are really smart. The game continues to evolve and get better and better in so many different areas, and you can just see from top to bottom in the league how close the parity is, and I think teams just have 4 lines that can produce. You get contributions all throughout. Lineups not just relying on 2, 3, 4 guys to score. 4 lines. Expecting the D to be really involved and find D are really aggressive and keeping plays alive and on the forecheck, and how they're a big part of that in today's game. So there's probably more to it there, but off the top of my head, that's what comes to mind.
I think the initial plays, just a little scrum and trying to box out Chucky a little bit there, and went down. I got him pretty good, and then gave Benny a little shot, and the ref was right there, so I mean, he could either call it or not call it, and he called it. And then kind of the rest, I mean, obviously speaks for itself. So a lot of respect for Sam. Know him off the ice a little bit, but competitor, just as I am, and good player too. So no issues on my end at all.
How did you come up with the old hand through the hair thing there, spur of the moment, or you had that in your back pocket coming in?
I definitely didn't think about that. Just spur of the moment emotions, but just making sure my head was still there.
For your finger, like we noticed, you got wrapped up there. When did that start? Or when did you see that? I know. I never watched it.
It's been a few weeks, but I'll survive.
How did it happen? Just a gap shot? Or?
You have to do your homework there.
All right, you can't give me everything.
I can't give you that.
Is it a big, do you feel it? Like does it affect how what's it like playing through it?
Still attached to my body, so we're doing all right.
What's the key for the team playing through some injuries on defense right now?
That's just part of the NHL. I mean, obviously, guys are going to go down, and a great opportunity for other guys to step up, and firmly believe that we have the depth to do that, and whenever that's happened, guys have answered the bell. So I'm looking forward to the challenge tonight. Obviously, Seattle's coming in pretty hungry, and we want to just look to build on last game's result, and looking forward to it.
Mitch's got to wear the extra protection. What can you imagine what that's like for him?
Yeah. I mean, they got a pretty good gash there, but no, he looked better today in morning skate than with the cage during the game. So again, part of the game, but we're lucky that was all it was.
Is there an adjustment? Have you had to kind of wear that extra protection, and you're looking? Like, I don't know if it's a big. It hasn't happened. Okay.
Well, I've taken some pucks to the face for sure, and obviously, as you know, I don't have teeth, so that was a stick. No, I've kind of just, I guess, played with the visor. But yeah, I've had some close calls for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's nice to get the 2 points and a bit of a crazy game. I think, the first half of the game wasn't, the type of hockey that obviously we'd like to play or be about. But, it was definitely an ugly win. But, you just try to take that momentum, take the positives, move on, and just try to continue to gain steam throughout these weeks.
Where do you feel like your games are?
I mean, I think it can be better. I think just a consistency throughout the game. I think there's been some good opportunities at times, but I think I just like to more.
What's the key for forwards when so many defensemen are injured right now?
Well, I think it's on us to help out more and communicate and be in good spots, and it's not just on the D when we're out there. It's obviously on all 5 guys on the ice, and so everybody's just kind of got to dial it in a little bit more and be just more conscious of where each other are out there on the ice, so we can make their lives easier, which makes our lives easier.
Nice was mentioning yesterday wanting more zone time for the line. What's the key to getting that done?
Yeah, I think just quick movement. I think a lot of teams really like to. And we play the same way, just swarm, especially down low. And so I think it's just moving the puck fast, getting into spots, moving off the puck. I think is really important as well. So I think those are keys, and I think keeping it simple as well, shooting some pucks and getting some guys to the net, outnumbering the opposing team.
Can you imagine what it would be like? I don't know if you had you in the past with Mitch having to wear the extra kind of gear. What the challenge that would be like?
Yeah, I mean it's not ideal, I guess, but. I mean, it was only 8 years ago I guess not him, but I mean, it wasn't too long ago when we were wearing cages and stuff, so it's definitely probably going to feel a little bit weird, but I'll get used to it.
Austin, we've talked over the years about, teams adjusting to you and then you readjust like the cat and mouse game and finding ways to create offense and you've been successful at it. What are you seeing right now this year that the teams are trying to do?
I mean, it's the same. Like every team, a lot of teams really play similarly, and like I said, just like swarming in our zone, their D zone, especially when it's like a 3-on-5 kind of like quadrant play and stuff like that. I mean, it's tight out there. Obviously, everybody skates, everybody moves. It's just those little, trying to get that little space that you can, and as a line and as players out there to try to expose the other team and create offense. I mean, it's obviously difficult, but it's doable, and it's with work and obviously IQ and communication out there, chemistry with your line-mates, stuff like that is all important, but I think it just always starts with work ethic.
What's the focus on the power play right now?
I mean, I think there's, we're pretty comfortable switching around in different spots and getting different looks. I mean, I think we've had some good sequences where we've had really good looks and good opportunities and the puck hasn't gone in, and then we've had sequences where it obviously hasn't been very good. So it'll be nice, I think, to get a little bit more, hopefully get this upcoming week, a little bit more practice time so we can, work on some stuff. But I think in the end it's just mostly a mindset thing.
What's the outlook like for Giordano?
He has a broken finger, so he'll be week to week.
Any update on John Klingberg?
No update on him yet.
How's Timothy Liljegren progressing?
He's progressing well. He got on skates yesterday for the first time and felt good, but he's not close yet at this point.
Why have you opted for, I guess, Lagesson with McCabe there, keep McCabe on the right? What led to that?
Yeah, McCabe's been playing on the right there. I think, as we talked about yesterday, I think you'll see the pairs move around quite a bit. So, you got a starting point, but the game will get going, and Mike Van Ryn will manage the defense back there. The good thing is with Lagesson, he's played both sides, and you can move him about. You can, at different times compare different people with Timmins and Lagesson and Benoit have done a good job for us too. So I think you'll see some of that.
Last year when this happened, you guys seemed to play better because of it, like almost more players were more focused on the task at hand. Kind of.
Yeah, I think it requires that you're playing, together and supporting one another in all areas of the game. That's with the puck, without the puck, defending with numbers. That's how you want to play at the best of times. But certainly, when things, when adversity hits, in this case injuries, you need guys to step up in that manner. It's not just those coming in that have to do a job. It's everybody else has got to pick up the slack just a little bit.
When you're deciding between Reeves and McMahon, is it just about keeping both guys engaged, or how much does the opponent matter?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. It's a bit of both for sure. We don't want to let either guy sit for too long, but also I think, whether it's our own game and what we think we need just for our own team game, or how we think that the game might go in terms of the opposition and some of the challenges they might bring. It's a bit of a balance there. It's not necessarily one thing or the other. It's, you're constantly just having those discussions. But McMahon's done a good job for us, and he's probably been out a little too long here for us, and want to kind of get him back involved.
What is the biggest challenge that Seattle presents?
Well, a couple of things. One, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league. Their goaltending hasn't held up for them, but they've done a really good job of limiting chances against. They're very structured. They play hard. They play quick. Puck hasn't gone in the net for them the same degree as it did maybe last year, but to me, you watch them play and they look very similar. I think it's one of the strange things when you look at it. I think they've had all 6 defensemen that have played every single game, and they've got familiarity on their pairs, and forwards really from line 1 to 4. There's not a lot of difference, not a lot of change. Like there's speed and skill, different elements on each line. So you kind of know what you're expecting, but we're going to have to find our way through their structure to get to their net.
What's your sense of Auston's game right now?
Well, I think he's. We've talked enough about these guys. I think that they're trying to find it, trying to find that balance of producing and doing what they do best and be a difference maker offensively for the group, but also recognizing that there's a process they need to work through to earn those looks and earn those opportunities and work their way through it. So I think he like Mitch that we've talked about is similar, and then even Willie's kind of gone on the other side of it here now, and he's got to kind of work his way back to the same way. And so guys go through this, and the focus has to be our team game and what their role is in our structure and what's required there, and everything else will fall into place. They're just too good of players for it not to.
What have you liked about Joe Wall's game the last little while? Give him a 3rd straight look tonight.
He just looks confident, comfortable in the net. He hasn't had a dip in either of these 2 games. It's 2 good ones in a row, and you're starting to get in a bit of a rhythm now in terms of our schedule, which we haven't had much of for quite a while, and just sort of makes that decision somewhat easy.
How do you deliver that news to the goalies? Like every coach does it differently. Like, do you just tell the starter, or do you also explain to Samsonov why it's not him again?
Yeah, I rarely break the news to the goalie. Like that, Curtis Sanford's, he handles that sometimes if there's, if it's something extreme or something that really, needs my perspective on. I'll spend time with him and explain my perspective on it. But generally speaking, Curtis and I, we talk about it. As I said, I think in this case, decision's somewhat easy. So Joseph's done a good job, and it allows Sammy more time just to continue to work and be ready when the net comes back his way. But we really like the job that Waller's done here in the last little bit.
You coached Rich Clune on the Marlies. What's your reaction to seeing him as an assistant there now?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was talking to him the other day. He's done a tremendous job, first of all, in just embracing his role in our player development department. And I think the job that he's done there made it where, Marlies were looking for some more help, on the everyday assistant coaching side of it. And because of the job he's done and the character of the person and what he means to the organization, I think he seemed like the natural one for them to go to. And it's a change for him, but he, I think, has not surprisingly jumped all in on the player development side and to sort of bridge that gap now between the coaching staff and the players, but also just everything he's been through in his own career, between a minor league player, an NHL player, and all his life experiences. I think it's a tremendous add for that group.